Alrighty then. 8 weeks out. Getting close now, guys. Getting close. Want to start off by saying, first of all, a big thank you to everyone that's commented and kind of given me feedback over the last few weeks on my videos and everything that I've been doing on my blogs and things. It's been absolutely wonderful. It's nice to know people out there actually reading and watching the stuff. It really motivates me to want to keep doing it. It's just been the support has been fantastic. It's been really nice to have all the likes, all the shares, all the comments. It just gives me more and more motivation to want to keep doing it, and it's been fantastic. It really is. So long may it continue, hopefully, and hopefully I've had to keep progressing and do well at the end show. Really, so that's what it's all about. So yeah, just wanted to get that in there and just say thanks very much. So anyway, yes, 8 weeks out, so things are ticking down now. This is kind of a crucial time now. Everything has to count. I've probably got, realistically 5 more weeks of real training that's going to affect my result at the meet. So, and sort of the 3 weeks after that, leading up to the meet, I'm really just trying to shed the fatigue, maintain as much strength and fitness as possible, and become as fresh as possible. And that'll be the name of the game. So, with this week, it's been kind of a week of ups and downs. I've had great training sessions, bad parts, fantastic parts. But overall, I'd say it's been better than it has been worse. So the only reason why it's been bad really is just a few, just kind of a bit of fatigue. So a few of the exercises didn't go as well as I'd planned they would go. But it's just part of the course. I've still got the volume in, I've still put the effort in, still gone through everything I could, and it's just a big, combined effort. So, but the important things are going up. The main competition lists are all going up, and that is ultimately the most important thing. So I can't moan too much. The only other thing that's been an issue, and I think what looks like it will continue to be an issue, is my quadricep tendonitis, which is just not wanting to go at all at the moment. So I'm kind of trying a few different things to help it out. I've had some sports massage. I'm doing some self-release stuff as well. Warming up a lot more so now before my squats. Using a floss band while I'm squatting to warm up. And also doing some high rep pump work into the sort of muscle and the tendon around it to get the blood in there. So I can ultimately do my squat sets. It doesn't affect me so much that I can't squat. It's just quite painful to begin with. But as the blood gets in there, it does kind of work its way out. So ultimately, it is an issue, but it's not an issue that's stopping me doing what I want to do. So I think in the long term, I've got to look at my squat technique and just refine it a little bit more. I think I've decided that one of the issues is potentially the fact that I wear the heeled shoes, the heeled Olympic lifting shoes, which ultimately just help you to achieve depth on the squat and help your mobility a bit more as well. So, but the problem is the heel's quite high on those shoes, and I think I need to try going back to flat shoes because it's pushing me onto my toes. And literally at some points I'll squat down, I'll go so far forward that my heels will come off the floor, and as soon as your heels come off the floor when you've got 170 kg on your back, there's a lot of force going through your knee and a lot of force going through those tendons. So that is something that I'm going to have to look at and revisit, but I'll persevere until the meet, and I'll worry about that once the meet's over. So we'll just see and keep going and do what I can to keep it at bay for now. I've got some other tactics up my sleeve to just keep going for the last few weeks, so I think things will be alright really. Other than the knee though, to be fair, all of the injuries have kind of subsided. I'm really pleased. The issues with my elbow and tendons of my bicep have all completely gone. Not had any issues whatsoever since I changed my squat style slightly, my hand placement on the bar. And I've also been doing a lot of, again, high rep work for my biceps, triceps. Just want to get blood in there, but to get those bigger for benching, which just will help massively, and just make them more resilient. The more resilient the muscle is, the more you can throw at it, and it will just keep, coming back for more. So that's one bit of advice I give to people. If you're having issues with injuries and things, then before you go and spend money on expensive treatments and therapies and sports massage and acupuncture, all that sort of stuff, or just wasting time with the doctors for them to turn around and say that you're depressed and give you antidepressants, which is their usual standard answer, going to the gym, find an exercise that doesn't hurt the associated joint, something that's, something isolation, and just bang out 100 reps of it, get the blood in there. You honestly, it will feel absolutely amazing. So back to the training then. This was a Thursday. This was a very important day. You'll notice that I got my knee sleeves around my shins. This is because I've been using knee sleeves now for the last 6 months, and squatting all the time, and I haven't squatted without knee sleeves for that whole 6 months. And I've been kind of fearing that, although they're only neoprene and only low-grade knee sleeves, I've been fearing they're maybe adding something to my squat, and I can't use any knee sleeves in my competition, so I'll be completely raw, nothing around my knees. So I kind of got a bit panicked and started convincing myself that I won't be able to squat what I can without knee sleeves. So this day, kept the knee sleeves off, put them around my shins, just to prove that I haven't got them on in my long shorts. Got my knee warm, and I think it's fair to say that they don't add anything to my squat whatsoever. There's a slight technique change that I had to allow for. Like on that second rep there, I ended up going a lot deeper than I thought I would. Just because the knee sleeve doesn't bunch up behind your knee slightly, and that was kind of the help that I was running. It was going to give me. So I wanted to, rest my mind, put it at ease, and just prove to myself that I could do it. So the top set that I was aiming for was 167.5 for 3 reps, and this is that you're watching now. It felt heavy on my back, to be fair, and when I unracked it, but as soon as I started going to the hole, I kind of knew that I'd get it, to be honest. So it's been, it was a good day. But you can see the squats here now, so I'll just kind of let you watch those. There we go, so the jobs are good. On that last rep, actually, I found quite a good technique tweak that I tried. I kind of found myself leaning even more forward in the hole, and I kind of bounced off really well, so it felt pretty good. But super happy with it, really chuffed, as you can see when I finished. So that was awesome. These are some of the back off sets. Wanted to do some side filming just to make sure the depth was where it needs to be, and as you can see, the crease of the hips are below the knee. So depth is absolutely spot on, so really happy with that. I did take a side shot, you can see here. That was one, just check depth, but also just see where my knees are tracking. I think part of the problem with my knees is that they're tracking a little bit too far forward, so just need to refine that slightly. Either take a slightly wider stance, push my knees out even more, or try and sit back slightly more. But again, that's something I'll have a play with after the competition. I mean, the flat shoes might sort that issue out straight away, so we'll just have to see how it goes. Then it was on to pause bench press, competition pause bench. This was, again, another wicked day for benching. This was probably one of the best days I've had in my whole training. It was just awesome. I just felt really good, absolutely spot on. Build-up sets flew up. That was 90 the first set, then 95 for 3, and then the aim was to hit 102.5 for 3, which I did for 2 last cycle. On the second week of last cycle, I hit for a double. And spoiler alert, I did get it. It went up pretty easy, to be honest with you. The pauses were definite pauses, as you can see. Got slightly misgrooved on the second one, I think, and then the third one still a little bit up. I kept it too far away from my shoulders on that third one, so it kind of hit a bit of a stall. But other than that, wicked, can't complain at all. So then it was on to Friday the 13th, last training day of the week. This day was one of the good and bad days. So started off with deadlift. Still felt heavy, to be fair. I'm just fine. I'm struggling to recover because Thursday and Friday are back to back. Thursday's the big day. Got heavy squats in there, lots of benching. So my central nervous system is getting completely fried on that day. Then I'm coming the next day trying to hit heavy deadlifts, and I'm already tired. So I'm thinking about putting a day's rest in between those 2 days, but it depends how it affects everything else in the week. So I'll have a play of it, but I was good enough to work up to my planned top set, which you'll see in a second. I apologise for the video quality here. I had to adjust the lighting settings in the video because for some reason the way the light was, it was just really dark and you couldn't see the extra plates on the end of the bar there, so I wanted to make sure that everybody could see those. So this was the top set, 3 reps with 200 kilograms, well ahead of myself compared to last meet. the best I got in the build up to the last competition was 200 for 2, and that was with a belt, and I didn't even move as fast as this. So, you know, the form looks, I mean, I've had a lot of people, I've shown this video to a lot of people, and they've said my form looks, you know, it's absolutely spot on, and it does. And the weird thing is with my deadlift, no matter what the weight, my form will always look good and smooth. I think I think I can look back and say for I've never ever failed a deadlift, never failed a deadlift in my entire powerlifting career, which is, you know, something I don't think a lot of people can say. But also even better than that, I've never actually grinded a deadlift ever. You see these guys who have the, you know, the earthquake shakes going on half up their knees. I've never had that. I've never pulled a weight off the floor that I don't think I can get. I've always pulled a weight that I know I'll be able to lock out, and that's just smart training, and that's the big thing with it. You know, you've got to, especially things like deadlift, you don't want to fail a deadlift. It will just burn you out so much if you fail a deadlift. So it's very important to make sure you do things like that. So, but overall a good week. I think I might use next week as a slight deload week, so not do any back off sets, just the top sets, trying just to get a bit fresh again. But no, it's been good, things are progressing, and I'm happy with the progress. So thank you very much again for watching, and I'll see you all again next week. Cheers, take care, bye.